Good evening, everyone. Welcome to First Church of Religious Science. Welcome to our Thursday evening Louise Hay gathering, our class at First Church, First Center here in New York City. Most of you are joining in on our Zoom call, or some are tuning in through Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and X. You can watch rebroadcasts of everything we do on YouTube and Facebook, just so you know. I'm grateful every one of you who have tuned in this evening or who are listening throughout the week. So we come together as a community as a spiritual community in love and in spirit. If this is your first time here, I want to give you a special welcome. We have a time for personal sharing at the end of every lesson. So for anyone who's new, I want to say welcome, welcome. You're stepping into or tuning into one of the longest running Louise Hay classes anywhere. This is a space that was inspired by Louise Hay's own journey. Most of you know that Louise herself was a practitioner and a student here in this very church, First Church of Religious Science, under the guidance of the famed Raymond Charles Barker, who was the author of The Power of Decision and other wonderful books, and a wonderful New Thought teacher. Louise Hay's work and the principles of New Thought that she championed continue to be presented here every week, and we do it to uplift and to help guide countless thousands of people. So we're really fortunate that we're able to do that. We're also blessed that we're able to gather here 3 times a week at the center. Wednesday evening, Jimmy facilitates a wonderful gathering. It's called our Creative Living series at 7. It's the same Zoom link as you signed in today with. And Thursdays, today, we do this particular self-healing class. And then we meet Sunday mornings at 10:45 for our weekly spiritual message. We start with a meditation, and then we have our message right afterwards. Everybody's always welcome to be a part of us. We don't have any charges. We exist solely by love offerings. So for those of you who are inspired to support our work, what we do, our outreach to now thousands of people, we appreciate whatever you can do. There's always options you'll notice in the chat, or if you're listening later on YouTube or Facebook, there's options there as well. The main thing is that you're here and you're reminding yourself of how great you are. You're tuning in regularly. And my experience is for those who do tune in often, it helps them remember who they are, remember the connection they have with Source. And you can begin to use the power that you possess. So I don't want to get into all that because that's another lesson. But simply by being here, you contribute to the abundant spirit that fills our virtual space. So let's begin today, this evening, with a deep breath so we can feel the energy in this moment, and also the idea of being part of this expansive teaching, all of us together this evening. Again, we come together tonight. We're going to be talking about abundance. So we come together in the spirit of abundance and the energy and the truth that Louise Hay deeply understood. So we're thinking of abundance tonight. And many of you know this concept is not limited to our material wealth. Abundance, rather, is a state of mind, and it's a way of operating, a way of being in the world. Abundance is about peace and joy and positive expectancy, fulfillment, and the freedom to express our highest selves. When we speak of this word, this abundance, we're speaking about a deeper realization that life's gifts are all around us. They're in everything and everyone we encounter. And all of life's gifts are ready to flow into our lives as naturally as we breathe. So let's begin by taking a moment to connect with this essence that's within you. Louise would say, deep at the center of my being, there's an infinite well of love and light. So let's connect with this love, this light. Allow yourself to let go of any heaviness, any worry. Imagine yourself breathing in and imagining yourself opening up to a gentle, loving presence. A presence that's in you, operating through you, that supports you, cherishes you, and holds you dear. Let that presence flow into every corner of your mind, your being, and let it remind you that the abundance is not something that we have to chase. It's just naturally part of us, and we welcome it in. I'd like to share a very old fable with you that speaks to the generous spirit of life, abundant life. Once in a small village, there was a wise man who was known for his kindness and his very peaceful nature. Every morning, he would walk to a nearby stream. Every day, a stream that never ran dry, even in the hottest weather. The villagers often marveled at how this stream seemed to flow endlessly, always pure, always fresh, providing water to everyone who went there, everyone who needed it. One day, a villager asked the wise man, "How does this stream continue to give without ever going dry, even when it's so hot? Isn't it afraid that one day it will have nothing left?" And the wise man smiled and replied, "The stream flows because it does not question its source." The stream flows because it doesn't question its source. It simply allows water to move through it, trusting that there is always more. This stream is connected to the great rivers, to the lakes, to the rains, and to the oceans themselves. It gives freely because it knows that it is part of something that's endless. This story today invites us all to remember that we too are part of an endless flow. Can you feel that flow? Can you realize, like the river, the stream, that you're part of this endless flow? Like the stream, we don't need to hold back in fear about anything. We don't need to wonder if there will be more or if there's enough. Life itself is abundant. It's always giving. It's always flowing to you. And when we're open and we're receptive, when we approach that ocean of life that Louise talks about with positive expectancy, again, when we're open and receptive, we will receive effortlessly as well. So just as the stream flows without question, trusting in the natural generosity of life, we too are connected to a boundless source. Louise was fond of saying in many of the pieces she wrote that I trust the process of life. When we trust the same way that she's talking about, we become like the stream. We're able to give and receive freely because we trust, knowing that we're part of something far greater than ourselves. So let's take a moment to reflect, to bring all that in. What would it feel like to release your doubts, whatever doubts you might have? And what would it feel like to release the doubts and fully embrace the flow of life, trusting it? How might your day, how might your week, how might your life even start to change if you knew that there's always enough? Whatever you were to give away or pass along, there's always more. There's a law of circulation. So what would it feel like if you knew there's always enough? So to deepen this sense, I'd like to share a few lines from one of our favorite poets, Ella Wheeler Wilcox, whose words echo the beauty and the fullness of life. Ella said, "The world is filled with roses. The world is filled with song. The world is filled with stories of things both right and wrong. And we, with spirits open and hearts both brave and strong, we will find in life's abundance our journey is lifelong." We find in life's abundance our journey is lifelong. So let her words remind you that abundance surrounds us. It's in us. It surrounds us in countless ways. Not only in what we possess, what we have, it's in the beauty of nature that's so easy for us to observe, and it's in the love within our hearts Louise Hay's teachings show us that abundance is our natural state. It's a reflection of the creative power and the creativity within each and every one of us. So as we move further into this evening's gathering class, let's hold this awareness that we have. Let's hold this awareness together. Abundance isn't a destination, isn't about achieving something. It's a way of being. With each breath, every breath we take is an invitation always to welcome more of it, to embrace more blessings, to start to see every encounter as a holy encounter, to see everything as a blessing. Each breath, every breath, is an invitation again to welcome more abundance, to do so with open hearts and grateful minds. So I want to ask you, just to jog your memory or make you think a little bit, I want to ask you, what blessings are already flowing to you right now? What blessings are in your life? Think of the people, think of the opportunities, think of the people you work with, your family, what blessings. Think of your health. Think of the miraculous things. What blessings are already flowing into your life right now? Let's think about that question for a moment more. Again, what blessings are already flowing to you right now? Make a mental note of it. We always want to remember them, to ask ourselves that question. It's an important question. It's a good question. What blessings are already flowing to you right now? We want to count them, and we want to remember them. As we continue this evening, I invite you to stay open and to be brave in receiving. Just let yourself be aware of all the good that's there. Be brave. Don't knock it down. Just let yourself be aware of all the beautiful things, the blessings. Let's release the need for resistance. And let's trust that this journey of blessings that are unfolding is always unfolding perfectly. We want to remember always that we are supplied and supported. It's probably one of my favorite affirmations. I am supplied and supported. Abundance is not something outside of us. Never is. It's always here, deep in the center of our being. It's a part of who we are. Just as breathing is so natural to us, it's essential furthermore, so is living in the flow of abundance. We look away from the other stuff because we know the truth. Imagine, if you would, each breath you take is a gift from life itself. Each breath filling you not just with air, but with joy, with peace, with love. Every time you draw a breath in, there is support, there's life. And every time you exhale, there is release. So let's affirm together from Louise Hay to you. I am worthy. I trust the process of life. I'm worthy of the boundless abundance that life offers me. I'm open and receptive to it. So let's take a moment and connect with this energy, with this flow that Louise Hay so often reminded us and spoke of. Again, this abundance within us, deep at the center of our being. If it's comfortable, you might even for a moment close your eyes, or not. Begin taking a slow, deep breath. It's another little exercise, very brief. As you inhale, imagine you're breathing in a golden, radiant light, healing light. This light is one of pure love and infinite possibility. Breathe it in, let it touch you. Feel this light filling every part of you, washing over you so gently, so beautifully, with a sense of peace and calm and renewal. With each and every breath, this golden light expands and expands, radiating through every area of your life, wherever your mind takes you. Picture it flowing gently into your relationships, bringing more understanding, more compassion, more joy. See it going around you and through you, your emotions, bringing you more peace and joy. See it moving into your work, where your creative expressions inspiring you in every way. Imagine it touching your physical body, or sense it touching your physical body, healing, renewing every part of your body and filling you with great vitality. And silently say to yourself now, affirm, I'm worthy of abundance. I'm worthy of abundance. I'm open to receiving the good, all the good that life has. I'm open to receiving all the good that life has to offer. And once more, imagine this light. Imagine it creating a beautiful circle of abundance surrounding each one of us in this virtual space. So I can see it surrounding all of you on the Zoom and listening afterwards. Imagine this light circling all of us, a circle that's infinite, and a circle that's infinite, and a light that's ever giving to each and every one of us. Allow this golden light to fill your heart, fill your mind, fill your spirit with a deep sense of joy, peace, warmth, and everything good. As Louise reminds us, or she said often, life loves you. So you might say that to yourself. Try that one on too. Life loves me. She said, life loves you, and we could affirm, life loves me. So let's feel this truth in our heart right now. Let's know that you are loved, or say, I'm loved and I'm supported. And you might say, I'm connected to an endless flow of abundance. I'm loved, I'm supported, and I'm connected to an endless flow of abundance. So let's take a moment to let that feeling settle deeply into our being. And when you're ready from this little process, you can gently open your eyes, carrying with you that radiant light of abundance. So Louise was a beloved practitioner here at First Church. She really was amazing. She was going speaking everywhere when she was doing her practitioner work here. She was well thought of by everyone. She was a beloved practitioner of this philosophy, reminding us of the importance always of embracing abundance in all areas of our lives. She said on this subject, I am unlimited in my wealth. I'm sure she got that from Raymond Charles Barker. I am unlimited in my wealth. All areas of my life are abundant and fulfilling. So those are great affirmations that we can borrow and use. I am unlimited in my wealth. All areas of my life are abundant and fulfilling. So think about what it would mean for you if every part of your life, your health, your relationships, your passions, everything you're interested in, were thriving. Let your mind go and focus on that reality and watch that expand. So think about what it would mean if in every area of your life, every area, health, relationship, family, all your passions, all your areas, think of them as being abundant, fulfilling, and knowing they're all thriving. True abundance is holistic. It includes everything, right? It's found in every experience. So you bring yourself, that loving part of you, into every new encounter, to every interaction, and every blessing we receive. So let's affirm together. I am open, I'm receptive to the abundant good of the universe. I'm open, I'm receptive to the abundant good of the universe. Imagine if you woke up every day with this awareness, gratitude, knowing that life itself is here to support you and uplift you. Healing, as Louise Hay often taught, is an unfolding of grace. See, you live and move and have your being in grace. The kingdom, as we talk about, is at hand. So Louise would be telling us healing is an unfolding of grace. It's you becoming aware of the truth, that it's in you, it's operating through you, it's all around you, it's in every encounter. Healing is a powerful and steady force that's always present. It's always available to us. Grace isn't something you have to wait for or wish for. This grace that's a part of you is dynamic. It's healing energy that's part of you, and it responds to your intention. It responds to your openness. So my dad used to say to me, it won't be the uninvited guest. Spirit will not be the uninvited guest. So you open your hearts and minds and you invite it in. So let's take a moment to feel this grace together. Another steady breath might help. Imagine this grace is not far off in the skies. It's not far off at all. It's a journey without a distance. I mean, it's always within you. So let's take that breath and imagine this grace is not far off, but it's a real living thing right here in us, operating through us. And let us know that this grace responds to us. It works with us. It's only waiting for us to connect with it, to recognize it, and invite it into our lives. When we talk about affirmative prayer, the first step of affirmative prayer is recognition. That's where you recognize this grace, you recognize this power. So this grace will respond to us and work with us. It's only waiting for us to invite it in to our lives. So as we bring our attention to this presence of grace, think of one area in your life that could use just a little bit more healing, a little bit more light. Maybe there's a relationship or there's a resentment or something, or maybe it's something with your health. Just think of one area of your life that could use a little bit more healing, a little bit more light. Place maybe where you're looking for a little bit more peace or well-being. Imagine now that the grace that you have invited in is moving directly into that area of your life, that situation, that relationship. And imagine that grace bringing renewal, strength, and balance. Know it is so. And then say, I'm willing to release the need for this condition. I'm willing to release the need for this condition. When we affirm our willingness to release, grace steps right in, helping us to release what no longer does us any good. Just say, I'm willing to release the need for this. And when we affirm this willingness to release, grace steps in and it helps us release what no longer serves us, making space for something far, far better. It's a partnership we have, all of us. When we set the intention, and then grace meets us with healing power. So we want to invite Spirit in. We set the intention, and then grace meets us with healing power. So we can affirm together this evening, I'm open to the healing power of grace in every part of my life. I'm open to the healing power of grace in every part of my life. I trust completely that life responds to my willingness. Those are powerful affirmations. I'm open to the healing power of grace in every part of my life. And I trust life responds to my willingness. Feel how this grace moves with you as you do this, restoring balance, fullness, and peace, guiding you always to wholeness. Healing isn't something that we ever force. We don't have to force. It's something that we participate in. And we participate by inviting the awareness of it and let it flow into the places that need it most. So as we close this reflection, know that this healing energy is here in you, operating through you. It's constantly present. It's always wooing you. And it's ready, furthermore, to work with us whenever we choose to engage it. That's why we often talk about taking a pause, taking many pauses throughout any given day to reconnect, to remember. Healing is a shared dance that we have with grace, a partnership of intention. It's trusting the process, and it requires us to be open. So let's just a couple more words about abundance and recognizing it. Abundance, again, is not just about wealth or what you have. It's found in the smallest moments, the joys of everyday life. Could be a laugh you're having on the phone with a friend. Could be a brilliant sunrise. Some of you are living in the Midwest. It could be looking out at the fields or the mountains. Abundance is found in quiet moments of reflection. It's found in life's most simple moments, actually. An interaction you might have in a coffee shop with a stranger, It's found everywhere. And one thing we know is we tune into these experiences, and when we take a pause and connect, we find that abundance is our constant companion. So together, we can affirm this evening, I rejoice in the love, I rejoice in the love and the joy that greet me everywhere, each day. These words are a reminder that each day, each moment, I'm always talking about being in a new moment where you can have the awareness of this. Each day, each moment is an opportunity for joy. In New Thought, and we're definitely a New Thought teaching, we often say that we are co-creators with Spirit. Louise Hay believed that our thoughts shape our reality. And she famously said, it's only a thought you're having, and a thought can be changed. So whatever situation we're in, we might be energized by it, but the thing is we can take that pause to reflect, and we can realize it's only a thought I'm having, and a thought can be changed. You have the power to change anything, it's just if you take that pause and reflect. I was told many years ago that we can learn to act. We don't have to react. So whatever is going on, remember you have that power. It's only a thought you're having, and a thought can be changed. Every thought, by the way, is a seed, and every thought is a seed that grows into our experiences. And we absolutely have the power to choose the seeds of love. We have the power to choose the seeds of joy and abundance. So let's affirm once more, I trust the process of life. I am divinely guided and infinitely supported, or abundantly supported, which is our theme for today. So we can take just a second or two to feel this truth. I'm supplied and supported. I'm divinely guided and abundantly supported. And we know that we're never alone. It's not possible. We're connected. We're part of the same creative energy, every one of us, that fills the universe. It's an energy that breathes life into every corner of existence. And it flows through you with each breath. Louise taught us that we're inseparable, that we're connected to this. We're connected to this boundless creative energy, this force. And with our connection, in that connection, lies infinite support and wisdom. So let all this realization of tonight's lesson sink in, hopefully, where you know that you're part of something immense, something constant, something that's loving, and know that every situation, every challenge, that this energy is with you, guiding you, if you allow its guidance, and uplifting you, if you allow it. It's a source you can absolutely rely on, always there to renew your strength, answer your needs, and meet you wherever you are. So all of this is a foundation for true abundance. It's a deeply unshakable assurance that you're held and you're supported in every way, every way. Louise, in talking about abundance, often said at the heart of all her healing work lies a powerful truth. And her truth was, love, she said, is the miracle cure. She said she found at the core of everyone, people struggle to feel worthy, to feel good enough. So when we begin to love ourselves, we unlock a very powerful healing energy that will flow into all areas of our lives. Imagine this level of self-acceptance as a key opening the door to abundance. When you really, really love yourself, you're opening yourself up to immense good, immense abundance. Each time we embrace ourselves just a little bit more, we will uncover our unique qualities, our strengths, even when we embrace the parts of us that we're not very fond of us. Whenever we do this, we allow more joy, more peace to enter. This kind of self-acceptance isn't about changing who we are. It's about welcoming a better version of who we already are. So with all the compassion and warmth, we do it with all the compassion or warmth we'd offer, say, a good friend. So let's affirm this too in our discussion about abundance. I love and approve of myself exactly as I am. Furthermore, I'm open to the abundance that flows from self-acceptance. So we want self-acceptance and self-approval will open us to even more abundance. And as you say these words, let them become part of you. Feel the warmth, the gentleness, filling every part of you, as if every cell in your body is waking up to the truth that you're already enough. Abundance begins with you, begins within you, in the simple, loving acceptance of who you are. Each of you are magnificent beings of light. So I'd like you to entertain that idea. Realize I'm one with the one. We want to nurture that connection with Source. Louise taught us about the mind and body. She would teach that they're profoundly connected, a truth that science continues to affirm. You might recall Dr. Bernie Siegel. He was a pioneer in this whole field of mind-body medicine. He noted that when patients filled their minds with positive, loving thoughts, they experienced significant improvement in their health and their resilience. The well-known neuroscientist, Dr. Candace Pert, even discovered that our molecules of emotion link our mind and our body, showing us that our thoughts directly impact and affect our physical well-being. Our thoughts are not just fleeting. Our thoughts are the creative forces that shape our reality. Week by week, you'll hear me ask every Thursday night, what has it been like being you this week? Because I'm really wanting people to start paying attention to their thinking, to that internal dialogue, which is so powerful. Imagine, as Louise Hay would say, that your mind is a garden, and every thought is a seed. So the question I'd ask is, what kind of garden am I growing? Or what kind of garden are you growing, knowing that my mind is a garden and every thought is a seed? Each time I choose a loving, affirming thought, I'm planting a seed of health, joy, and abundance. So let's think about that. Let's affirm together. My body is a reflection of my thoughts, and I choose health, joy, and abundance. My body is a reflection of my thoughts, and I choose health, joy, and abundance. So feel this as a commitment to yourself, using some of these affirmations or all of them. Science and spirit both show us that we nurture our inner conversation. As we nurture our inner conversation with positive, compassionate thoughts, we're creating lives that mirror those qualities. Abundance, once again, flows naturally when we tend to ourselves with love and care. There's nobody nicer to be nicer to than you. Abundance, as you must know, is a timeless truth. No matter what we're facing, no matter what's going on, our practice is to practice. We live the affirmative life. When we stay connected in our consciousness, we stop and take a pause and get connected. So no matter what we're facing, when we let ourselves, when we go and reconnect, we remind ourselves we're connected to an infinite source of love and support. Think of this abundant energy as a golden thread that weaves through all of your life. So together, as we're winding down, let's affirm, the truth of my being is greater than any fact in my life. No matter what's going on in your life, the truth of you is greater than anything you can think of. And say to yourself, I'm part of this infinite, abundant universe. So let all of this be a reminder of the unbreakable truth that abundance is always here, it's always present, it's always available. So often we hold on to old ideas, beliefs, and fears, and they don't work for us. We talk about these things every week here. Louise Hay taught us that these outdated beliefs are like heavy coats that are no longer needed. And as we let go of them, one and all, we create space for love, for joy, and abundance. So together, let's release it all. Let's affirm, I release the need for anything that no longer serves me. I release again the need for anything that doesn't serve me. I'm free to move forward with love and abundance in my heart. So, to wrap this up, because I am looking forward to hearing from all of you. I want to close with a final thought in the form of an affirmative prayer in the first person. I'm worthy of all good things. I welcome abundance in every breath, in every step, with a heart that's wide open and a spirit of peace. Again, I'm worthy of all good things. I welcome abundance with every breath, with every step, and with a heart wide open and a spirit of peace. In this moment, I open myself up to boundless flow. I welcome all the good that life has to offer, and I release any thoughts of lack or limitation. I trust in the process of life. And I know I'm safe, supplied, supported, abundantly blessed, and so it is. So thank you for all of you for being here in this wonderful weekly self-healing gathering. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts on the subject and what came up for you. So if anybody's new, please say hello to us so we can say hello back. You might say I'm from Kansas or New York City or down the street or wherever you're from. We have enough time, I think, to hear from everybody for a minute or two. So thank you. See you in just a moment.